Right, we're up and running and recording. So I'm gonna go back over the what we did last week, and specifically we want to look at the level 2 exit ticket, since that is your summative exam. In the completed folder now, under week 3, the level exit 2 ticket is accessible for you. Sorry, my little box in the way there, but that's it. If you did poorly on it, you could go back in and retake it. It's been set up to 20 possible retakes. I would hope it wouldn't take you more than 2 or 3 to do well on it. And I'm not going to go and do the exam itself, obviously, but what I'm going to use to help explain what you do in the exam for 4 of the 5 questions, I'm going to use your equilibrium assignment from last week. So that was in the market equilibrium instructions and materials. I already have it pulled up in a Notability, so you're going to see it here. It was in the tutorial that I did for the assignment as well, but I just want to be a little more explicit for you so you know exactly what I'm looking for. Now, in the equilibrium assignment, you had to determine whether it was the demand curve or the supply curve that was shifting given the event. In the level 2 exit exam, I'm telling you which curve is shifting, so you don't have to look at an event and decide. You just need to know how to graph the shift, and then you need to know how to read the graph and tell me what happened to the equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. So for some students, it was maybe graphing the wrong curve, or it might have been that you graphed it correctly, but then you didn't go on to tell me whether the price went up or down or if the quantity went up or down. So in explaining what you'd find in the exam, this is what I'm basically asking you to do. Don't worry about the event. You know, the government banning the import of Chilean grapes, that led to a decrease in supply. I just said graph a decrease in supply. So when you do that, the supply curve is shifting to the left. Draw an arrow to the left of the original curve, and then you draw a new one. Okay, so that was worth 1 point. The other 2 points were gained from telling me what happened to the price and happened to the quantity. So as you were drawing on the level 2 exit ticket, you could do it one of 2 ways. One could be that you just say to me, well, seeing that this is the original equilibrium point, here's the new one, the price went up and the quantity went down. So you could show it to me right along the axes, but you have to be explicit in drawing those arrows for me. Otherwise, I don't know. Just by drawing the curve, you're not showing me that you know what happens to the price and the quantity. The other thing you could do is you could just simply here we had a space for you to put price and quantity, but on the test, maybe you just draw a P and a Q, price up, quantity down, something like that. So that's how you gain those 3 points. Now on this assignment, and I'll just continue on here, is that when I corrected this one, many of you drew only supply curve shifts when you were given these events. And there were some events that were demand curve shifts, and so you may have lost a little bit of value by doing that. For example, number 3 says scientists determined that fertilizers and pesticides cause health problems. Well, the fact that that study came out didn't change the cost to produce fertilizer at all. What it did do, though, is it changed the minds of people who might buy the fertilizer and use it. Right? If it's going to cause health problems, people are going to be less likely to buy it. And so that leads to a decrease in demand. And then what ended up happening as a result of that, the equilibrium point repositioned itself at a lower price and a lower quantity. Something you can note about when demand curves shift, the price and the quantity move in the same direction. When the supply curve shifts, the price and the quantity move in opposite directions. So as you were approaching the level 2 exit ticket, then on those 4 questions, there were 3 points each. 1 point is for accurately graphing the shift. And then you got a point for telling me what happens with the price. And you get a point for telling me accurately what happens with the quantity. So if you need to go back and do that this week, that's fine by me. It wouldn't hurt if you gave me an email or a message just telling me that you redid it. It should show up when I go in and just grade the grade the level 2 exit tickets, it gives me an indicator of who's submitted new things. But if it's been a couple of days and I haven't gotten to it, shoot me a reminder. Does anybody have any questions on that?